Okay, today we're going to tie a new fly that I found called a Duracell. It's been around for a while, but I got to tell you, this has become my go-to fly, even on tough streams. Davidson was up just last week, caught some fish with it. Noontutla can be, here in North Georgia, can be pretty challenging, but just a great all-around fly. I got a size 14 big T nymph hook, 2 times nymph hook in, and a 2.4 millimeter tungsten gold bead. Black 70 denier. Here with my buddy Mike. I was afraid you were getting left out, so you were about to say something. Did you want to add to it? Okay.
You're doing fine. Keep going.
Thank you. All right, we've got UV brown ice dub. Fantastic. It's supposed to be brown, but it's purple, but it's brown, I promise. We've got UTC extra small wire on this, red. And then we'll use some Coke de Leon speckled, dark speckled. You can use, I'll use wood duck as a tail as well, just to give it that little extra special. So we'll go in here and let's see if we can. Now listen, I don't take a whole lot of time to count pieces. I just do the best I can to try to get this thing lined up and put a little bit of a tail on this bad boy. Not too long, but we'll do a couple of wraps here. I like it to look a little buggy. What about you, Mike?
I like bugs.
I like a little buggy.
I dream about bugs.
I dream about bugs. I think my wife thinks I have a relationship with a bug. I'm going to come around, just kind of pull that up a little bit. I'm going to work this down now to make life a little simpler. I'm going to try to go in here right where that bead head is, if I can. Working with the camera here is a little harder. We'll trim that down. It's not going to cooperate today. So there we go. And then I'm just going to carry this all the way down to get some consistency, right? And I'm going to work up just a little bit right here to keep that bead in place. I'm going to pull it back just a tad, and then we'll work that red wire in. And again, I just kind of slide it in there. I struggle a little bit seeing. That's on me. Again, all I'm going to do is pull this wire towards me. That helps kind of lock it in place, put a little tension on it. Take this down to about the bend. And now I'm going to pull out that UV brown. Mikey, you said you just started using this too.
Yeah, I really like it. Color pops underwater.
That's beautiful. I mean, it just really pops, okay? And I tell you, the other thing we need is I need a gray CDC feather, Mike. You know, I knew I was missing something, and I think there's some sitting up over there. I think sitting on top. You see any?
No.
Maybe it's in.
Put them up.
I may put it up. Just I gotta watch you. You know, you love to hoard feathers.
I know.
So while I'm working on this, Mike's gonna look in the second drawer of my little brown cabinet over there that's on the floor, Mike. The second drawer.
Second drawer.
I think. No, it's the first drawer. The bottom drawer
There.
has got some CDC. Did you see it? It's in the bottom drawer. I promise. And then I'm gonna.
And oh, here we go.
Yeah, see.
There you go. See.
I'm organized.
There you go, darling.
Oh, here we go. Back to Trout Hunters Premium CDC light done. Works fantastic. And Mike, since I'm
You want me to get that out
doing
for you?
this, if you'll go ahead and just find me a
Jeez.
nice little
The life I lead.
feather. Now I like a little bit bigger feather on that because I'm gonna palmer that bad boy around.
I have just the
Just a
feather for you,
second.
I think. See if you like that.
Let me see.
Good.
Oh, that's a pretty feather.
Yeah.
Look at that feather. That's a great feather. And then, you know, Mike, I hate to bug you again. I mean, I'm struggling here today, and I probably don't need it, but maybe that hackle plier sitting up on top of my kit over there would be great. I'm just going to tie this around. It's on the far right side, Mike.
Far right side. There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now we're set. And I'm just going to work this around a little bit. I like it buggy. I like it good. Let's see if this thing will helicopter off. I don't quite have it in there like I want it. There we go. Now I do. That little wire doesn't like to helicopter too well. Okay, so I worked that in. Got some nice ice dub. And find my trusty feather here. Mike told me a while ago, you know, it'd be easier if you just cut it out. But again, as I said, I'm lazy. So I'm just going to do this. Work it down just a little bit. Bring that to about here. Now listen, this is a bug that I've been bouncing off the bottom, and with just great results. Real pleased with it. Pull that thread down out of the way a little bit, and we'll just start working this back. Now again, challenge here with the camera and stuff, but the first couple of wraps you really gotta take your time because it will break off. But once you get going, it'll work out. Now look at that. Holy cow. That says please fish me. And we're just gonna tie that in. I'm not gonna get too crazy. I don't want a whole lot. In fact, I may end up having to trim some of this out. So it's a little buggy, a little too buggy. You can never be too buggy, right? And we'll cut that down. Nice. And then we'll just start printing these feathers back a little bit. And what's nice is the CDC, right? It's capturing those air bubbles, so it really looks like that bug is coming right off the bottom. And with that UV brown, you get the light hitting it just right. I will say that I've had more luck fishing these in the morning. Sometime, typically by the afternoon, I'm not seeing as much action on it. So I'm going to come back to finish this off and try to get a noodle here that a little bit thinner. There we go. I'll work that up and get my thread tightened up around the camera here. Take a minute, put a nice little head on that, and then I'm just gonna start working a bit of a black collar. So I like that contrast. And then we're gonna take some Zap-A-Gap. It's got a little brush on the end. Don't get too much, and I just want a little bead or two on here. Nothing crazy. And we're ready to whip finish. I mean, it's that simple. I'll work that around. Maybe 3, 4, 5. I like a little bit of thread to come up on the head there to lock it in. And that's it. So now we're going to clean it out just a little bit so we have a couple little stray hairs. Now you can come back, and you may want to, since this is a little long, and you can just kind of trim this down where you like it. You can break those feathers off too. Work it down here a little bit. Just gently work it, and then we'll come in here and do this. Got the camera in the way, Mike. I can't get to it, but that'll work. So there you go. That's a Duracell. I mean, there's just not much to it, is there?
Looks good.
That's a great little fly. Fishes really well. Again, I usually do 14s and 16s. I don't go any bigger, usually any smaller you can if you want to, but I just find that this bug fishes really well. And the trout seem to love it. So again, this is my new kind of go-to, especially on new water. So if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to throw this on, see what happens. So, all right, thanks. Here we go.